Hey everyone, welcome to our Holiday Survival team meeting. It's late right now, and if you see my post this morning, I am doing this call in lieu of our live call. We normally have a live call scheduled every Saturday morning at 10:30 Eastern Time. But my son Michael has made it to his Little League Super Bowl. So that's going on this morning. So I won't be able to do the live call this morning. So what we're going to do is give you a tour of the group. So this is going to be really useful for really everybody who's in the group, but especially if you are a visitor in the group trying to figure out if this is a good fit for you, or if you're a newbie and not really sure exactly how all this works and you're trying to get all the information. So I'm going to walk you through where to find information in the group. I'm going to walk you through the group expectations. I'm going to walk you through how to participate in the group and just give you a feel and a tour of what you can find in here. So I'm going to share my screen with you and walk you through that information. And then when this recording is posted, if you have questions, put them in the comments of the post and tag me or tag your coach so that we can answer every question you have. And if it's something that you don't want to ask in the group, of course, message us privately and we'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. So I'm going to get started and share my screen with you. Let's see, desktop 1, share. All right, so I'm going to pull up. All right, this is our, I have to mute this real quick so it doesn't keep coming up for 30 minutes. There we go. This is our group page. So when you come into this, you're going to see, when you click on this and you're searching on Facebook, you're going to see this page right here as your home page. And it says, it has our calendar at the top where you can see upcoming important dates. And it has our group name here, and there's a lot of options here. Now, if you're looking on your phone, it's going to look a little bit different to you. So the layout for mobile is a little bit different than the layout for desktop, but it's basically the same. You're going to find the same information. The only difference really is where you're going to find this stuff here, the about, the discussion. It's laid across the top on mobile, and it's on the left there on desktop. So where you want to pay attention if you're a newbie or if you're somebody who's just kind of visiting the group, or if you've been in here, you want to start at our about. So you want to click on the about section, and this is our ongoing team page where we have our accountability team. And so, I got to update the name of this. So every month we have a theme for our group. And sometimes the theme is extended for 2 months, depending on what we're doing. So for example, this is the holiday season. I'm not going to change the theme of the group until the holiday season ends. It was Fit Fab Fall, and I forgot to update that. So you can see that here. But this section is really important because it's welcoming you to the group and giving you the expectation of what you can expect to have in the group if you're part of the group, and what you can expect to do if you are joining us, and what we expect as your participation. So it's just kind of a nice welcome here and kind of what the group is about. And then in the discussion portion, that's where you're going to see all of the group posts. So you'll see that I have a post scheduled for the morning. You'll see all of the most recent posts that have been commented on, and then you'll see the comments. This is really an important part of how we post in this group. I encourage us to post in the actual comment thread of the morning post. So every morning when you come in, you should see a morning motivation post, or maybe a morning challenge post, something that starts our day off. And it depends on the day. It could just be something motivational or inspirational. It could be a challenge to go and do something. But we always have a post in the morning. And that's the post we use to check in with our accountability. So we're going to check in with a sweaty selfie. We're going to check in with our Shakeology. And we're going to check in sometimes with our food on that particular thread. Sometimes it's on a different thread. And then we're going to check in with any challenge that we have for that day. So if we have a challenge to, do some extra push-ups, or if we have a challenge to share, our why, or share, something fun that we did for the day, whatever the daily challenge is, that's where you're going to comment and put your pictures and comments or posts in that comment section. The reason for that is it keeps the group organized. It's not that you can't create your own post. You're more than welcome to do that too. But when you see everybody's posts coming in the comments, it really helps to keep you motivated to get your own workout in. When you're seeing that your teammates are working out, you might feel like, oh man, I might skip my workout today, but then you see other people are doing it, and it gives you that push to really hone in. Or if you see that other people are struggling, you can be the person to kind of take the lead and say, come on, you guys, let's get going. I don't see a lot of people checking in today. Let's do this. And it really helps us to have a concentrated view, a visual of how many people that we're actually in this together with. So that's kind of how we comment. And then you can see here all the comments that come in. So I asked us to share a GIF who wants to do the 3-day refresh. So everybody started putting their GIFs in here, some questions, pictures, anything that we have. I do a challenge or spotlight every week to really just recognize our efforts, because I love, love, love to recognize the little wins that we have and the big wins. We all love the big wins, but there's so many things that happen along the way that lead to those big wins. And so I really try to focus on both and highlight your efforts. And one person per week, I like to choose to highlight your efforts. And I really like to put it on my personal page too. So that's something I do, but I always ask permission ahead of time before I share anything on my personal page. So that's kind of the gist of this, how this works. Every morning you come into the group, you'll see the morning post, and then you'll read it. You'll do the daily challenge. You'll check in with your workouts and your nutrition, and you'll just be a good teammate. When other people are posting, comment back and encourage them. When people are struggling, give them your best practices. That's kind of what we do in this group and how we stay accountable. We're all working out together, but you're really working out on your own. So when you're doing that, you need this place to come and check in and really stay accountable. And that's really what we use the group threads for. I want to point you out to the files section, because here's where you're going to find useful information and there we go. You're going to find useful information here and resources and tools that you can use. So you'll see here Stephanie and I lead this group together. And we also have other coaches in here who, when they have new people sign up, they bring them in here with us. We do everything as a team, and that really helps us to stay motivated and stick together. So healthy snack ideas, 3-week meal plan. I put in some personal growth and development recommendations, and group member expectations. Okay, so this part is really important, and I probably should have started you here. When this is under the file section, group member expectations. This is really important to me, and it's important to Stephanie. It's important to all of us for you to understand what we expect of you as well as what you can expect from us, because you are in a special team, you are on a team, you're part of a group, and there's an expectation that you participate. So sometimes people have days where they didn't work out, or their nutrition is not on point. My goal for all of us is to always check in and be a good teammate, even if you're not working out that day, even if you've kind of fallen off the wagon, to let us know that you're here by either liking on somebody's post, commenting on somebody's post, making a post yourself about something that might just be going on in your day that's not fitness or health necessarily related, but being an active, present member of this group. So that's a huge expectation that I have for this group. But it's also really important for you to understand what the team is about. So I'm just going to read this really quickly. This first part is what our team is really the foundation of us. We're all here for accountability and support, encouragement and guidance, and results. But the last thing that I and the rest of the coaches on this team want is for this to be just a check-in and check-out environment. It's not your workout tracker. It's your safe place. You are in a private support group and you came in here to lean in when life is hard and you're not in your A game. And coaches and team members are not counselors. So we're not here to give you, relationship advice and, to counsel you necessarily, but we are here to beat the quit out of you. That goes with holding you accountable to your fitness do's and don'ts, but this is founded on love. And this is a really important part to me because it's really necessary for you to understand what this is about. Yes, you're here for results. Yes, you're here for fitness. Yes, you want to get healthier and leaner and fitter and all those wonderful things. But there's so many things that happen in our lives outside of this group. And most people find themselves in a sticking point at some point where they want to quit, where they want to start over, where they want to disappear, and then come back when they're back on their A game. What my goal is for this group is to beat the quit out of you, meaning when you have those dips and you have those struggles and you have that time where life is just hard and it's not cute and I don't want to do my workout and I don't have anything fun to say and I don't want to share and I just want to hide under the covers, because we all have those moments. We are your safe place. So we are that group where you come to and say, you guys, I'm really struggling. Not just, oh my gosh, look, I got my workout in and I got this done and everything went according to plan, because that's not real life. What I have found being in fitness for a really long time is that before I had this support system, I would go really hard and quit, and I wouldn't have that bridge between the gaps of when I was doing great and when I was doing not great to keep me on the path. I would fall off and come back on and fall off and come back on because I didn't have that support beam. Now I have that and I extend that to you. And I do that because you will eventually see that this is truly a lifestyle and that the dips are going to happen. The dips are part of the journey. The dips are welcome to being a human being. And so I think sometimes we have a misconception that because we had success, we lost those 10, 15, 20, 50 pounds, that we are just never going to struggle again. And that's just untrue. We're going to have relationship struggles. We're going to have weddings to go to, deaths in the family. I mean, life is going to happen. And you need to have that strong support system to keep you engaged, not perfect, but engaged for when those times come, so that you don't find yourself constantly spinning your wheels and starting over. So my mission and my goal and my vision for this group is to be that support for every single person who decides to invest in themselves and get into this group and be part of this team. So it's really near and dear to my heart, that part of our group, because I think that you can give people information all day and I can tell you all day about exercise science and nutrition science and how to use it to make your body healthier and make you feel better on the inside. But lasting change is what we're all after. And you can't have that without support. You also can't have that without the right mindset. So mindset is something we focus heavy on in this group as well. I talk about being prepared to be accountable. We each join the team to get results. So while I'm not your babysitter and while I can't make you do the work, I do expect to hold you accountable. And I think I'm pretty gentle about it for the most part. But when I notice that, you might just kind of be falling back into into your own excuses like we all do, I am going to give you that gentle nudge. But I always ask for permission ahead of time. I always make sure it's okay that you get held accountable. What I don't want people to feel like is that they're in a boot camp or they're in some sort of military, we don't make mistakes type of environment. No. But we want to have a healthy balance between love and being firm with our goals. So that's the balance we're striving for in the group. And then personal growth, like I said, Most of the women in here are women of faith, myself included. And so my very first personal growth, which I don't want to reduce it to that, is the Bible. But filling my mind and filling your mind with positive, uplifting, affirming information every single day is vital for your fitness and your health long term. So if you want to lose weight and keep it off, you need to have your mind in the right place. If you want to not keep going around the mountain, you need to have your mind in place. And that's an investment, just like working out every day. So we talk about mindset a lot in here, and I put in the file section suggestions for different books that have helped me. And you're always welcome to add to that, edit it and add to that for other books that have helped you. And then committing to your program, committing to Shakeology. We use Beachbody programs in here. We use Beachbody On Demand, and we drink Shakeology. And this is how we are working out and doing this together, is committing to a program. It does not have to be the same program as the other teammates, but committing to it start to finish and really showing up for it, for yourself, for your teammates, and from start to finish, because something happens when you start something start to finish. Okay, I'm getting a little too detailed into this part, but I want you to make sure, if you're a visitor in here or you're a newbie, please go into the file section and read through this entire document of your group expectations. And the last one is really important too. Communicate with me or your coach. A lot of times people feel very introverted, very shy to post. They don't want to share things. They don't want to post a sweaty selfie. They don't want to speak out into the group. They feel embarrassed. Whatever it is, don't feel that way. You are in a safe, non-judgmental place. But if there are things that you are just not comfortable sharing, you have to be willing to privately message your coach and communicate those things. We will never know if there's a problem if it's not communicated. We will always check in with you privately. All of my coaches do that, and I know Stephanie and her coaches do that as well. But we want to make sure that you're also communicating back with us, that it's a two-way thing. And that's that for the file section. That's for me, the most important part. This other section that I'm going to show you real quick is a new thing that I'm doing. So every month, because this is an ongoing group, we have an open enrollment, so to speak. Every month, the third week, usually, unless the month has an odd number of weeks of the month, we do what's called a prep week, like a prep rally. And basically, it's you getting the opportunity as a newcomer to be prepared in the best way possible to start your program, to do this group, to participate, to get started for the best success. And because there's people coming in from all over, and there's newbies in here, there's veterans in here, we give you that opportunity to prep, so that if you decided, you know what, I'm going to start with 21 Day Fix, well, I need to know, what should I be doing? My shopping, my meal planning, my meal prepping. Where should I start? When does my package come? How do I prepare Shakeology? When should I drink Shakeology? How much water should I have? How many, there's a lot of things there's a learning curve there that's going to happen for you, and you want to feel ready. So what we do is we give you this full week to not start your program and just get familiar with all the materials that come with your program. The nutrition plan, every program that Beachbody has its own nutrition plan, which is so cool because each requires a different kind of eating. And when you start your program, you want to feel that you're starting on the right foot, and you want to feel that you're starting strong. So that's what Prep Week is for. With this section that I'm adding in here soon, the units, you're going to see that we're going to have all of that Prep Week information in units for you to work through at your own pace. Because I do realize that some people, even if they come in Prep Week, maybe something happened, they didn't get to start when they thought they were going to, they had to postpone it. Right now it's the holidays. I know for me, We had a lot of unexpected things come up in the last 2 weeks. I had to get a tooth pulled. That was not expected. So that threw me off a little bit. There's always something that can happen. So I want to have the units there as a backup for you to self-pace prep. So the prep week and the units are going to be there for you to be prepared. I'm also going to use the units to give you valuable information for ongoing. So as you're continuing on with, you've started, you've gotten used to meal prepping, you're used to kind of getting in your flow of being on your healthy train, there's going to be some information there about just how to continue on. So mostly the units are going to be for prepping. Most of that's going to be moving you through, okay, I'm a new person in this group. What do I do next? And you going through each of those steps at your own pace so that you don't feel overwhelmed. You don't feel like you bit off more than you can chew, and you can take it at your own pace. But just know that we always will have that prep week for you once a month so that you can come in and get started and feel excited about what you're doing without feeling like you're behind. Once in a while, if we don't have a new person that started that month, which is pretty rare, if we don't have new people that need the prep week, we may just refer you now to the unit for that time. If that happens, that could happen. But for the most part, you're going to have that prep week every single month. Okay. Chats. I don't really use the chat section. Videos, that's just for you to quickly reference videos. Events, here's where you're going to see how to connect to the team call, because you're going to see the team call dates scheduled in there, but you're also going to see the Zoom link so that you can be on this call. So every Saturday, this is normally a live call, and the link is going to be there for you to connect to the call. And the calls are really for all of us to connect with each other, to share best practices, to learn something from the coaches if we're sharing, some tips, hacks, best practices, something that we have found along the way that might be helpful for you. And also it's just for you to ask questions and for you to get your, even vent a little bit and, ask questions if you're struggling with something, or if you have some things that are really working for you and you're excited to share. That's what the call is for. It's a quick call. We try to keep it 30 minutes or less. Sometimes it's only 15 minutes, but it's no more than 30. So that's every Saturday, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. And then, like I said, the file section, this is really going to be helpful for resources. So right now you see the group expectations, the personal growth resources, 3-week meal plan, healthy snack ideas. Here is where we're dumping resources for you as we find are useful. So that you can always have them, so that, if you missed the post or if you missed, whatever it was, that you can always come back as a reference. Here is a little search bar. If there's something that you're like, man, she was talking about something and, and you're new, you can always type in here what you think it might be, and you can find posts that way. One of the cool things that I don't think I can see on here, but you can see from a mobile phone, is that you have the ability to create a story in our team page. So it's really cool. If you have a Facebook page and you look at obviously we have a Facebook page. If you have Facebook Messenger, you can create stories on there just like you can with Instagram. But now they allow you to do that with our team page. So if you feel inclined and you're out and about somewhere and you're like, you guys, I went out to eat and look at this cool thing and I stick to my meal plan, or whatever you want to share, or you just want to share something that you're doing and you just want to talk to us because we're all becoming friends, you can share that in stories. It's really fun. So look on your mobile phone and you can see that feature there. I'll try to pull it up real quick. And then I'm just going to recap. So that's pretty much mainly what you need to see. The cover photo here will change as the theme changes. We will have information here about upcoming dates that are important. And then we will have units that are going to be upcoming as I start to get those filled out for prep week and prep information. So you can move through that at your pace. And then in the description, you can read about what the group is about. And then when you're a newcomer, so if you were to sign up right now and you haven't, if you're somebody who's just signed up or you haven't signed up yet and you're thinking about it, basically what's going to happen is you're going to get your challenge pack, you're going to get your Shakeology, you're going to get your Beachbody On Demand started, and you're going to work with your coach to pick the best program that's for you to start with. So based on your personal goals, what the best program is for you to start with. So then you're going to pick your start date, and you're going to go through your prep week, make sure you're all ready to go. You're going to talk to your coach, set goals, and she or he's going to ask questions, and then you are going to just get started. So once that happens, you come into this group, and like I said, every morning you're going to look for the morning post, and you're going to look and read and see what the challenge is for the day. So let me go to one post that we used yesterday. Strong is sexy, strong inside and out. And then here's the post. I said, who's getting their sexy on? Skinny is almost a bad word now that I'm educated. And then I talk about why skinny isn't necessarily the goal, but healthy is and strong is. So I don't think I put a daily challenge here. So the daily challenge is always going to be to post your sweaty selfie and post your Shakeology. However, there's usually added challenges in there. There is going to be, like I said, sometimes it's a Flex Friday. Sometimes it's, show us what you're doing at work or what you brought to work or whatever. We have different challenges to keep us engaged every day. And then Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, Thursday through Sunday, basically, I'm really tired right now. It's late. Friday through Sunday, we do a, what's called BSLSDW. It stands for breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, and water. We do a check-in. It's a separate post from the morning post, except for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And that's where we share what we ate for the day. We do this because nutrition is 80% of your results. And so when you are on point with your nutrition, your results are going to come even if your fitness is so-so. And so we want to really hone in on your water intake and what you're eating. And we also want to give you the ability to see if you're struggling to see results. You can usually see right away why that is by looking at your nutrition. So we check in with that Monday through Thursday. It's a separate post in the evening around 8 o'clock Eastern time. Friday through Sunday, you include it on that morning post, so it's not a separate post. So this is something that helps all of us to stay accountable. And usually you can ask some of the veterans in the group, when you start to write in what you've had, you're like, maybe that's why I'm not seeing the scale move, or maybe that's why I haven't lost some inches. And it helps you to make better choices because you're going to have to check in with it, and you're going to have to write it down, and you don't want to check in and write down with things that you're not so proud of. It doesn't mean you need to be perfect. It just gives you a realistic view of what's going on so that you can make educated decisions and action and take action based on what you need to either continue or improve. So that's that check-in. And then we, throughout the week, share other things that are going on with Beachbody. We always have new programs and new products coming out. So we want to share those with you guys and want you to jump on those opportunities with us, because it's always good to do things together. If we're all doing the same program, that's always a bonus. It doesn't have to happen. But we always share what's working for us and what's upcoming so that you always have lots of options. If something's not working for you, you have Beachbody On Demand. You have hundreds of programs to choose from. You work with your coach, you talk about it, and you start something different, and you keep honing in on those goals. But we post about different stories that have happened with us. This is a progress picture. This was a daily challenge that I asked people to find a progress pic and share it, even if it's not recent. Share something they're thankful for, and share your health goals for the day. So you're always going to have a way to engage. One thing I ask again is that even if you didn't work out and even if your nutrition is not on point, I said this earlier in the call, please check in. Don't be a group voyeur. Don't leave your teammates hanging. The more these groups feed off of energy. So the more likes and comments that are coming in, even if you're not the one posting the sweaty selfie, those really rev up the environment in this group. And it's like wildfire. We feed off of each other. And the more of that happens, the more you are going to be inspired yourself to re-engage if you're in a funk, or re-engage if you're kind of just feeling lost or not focused. So make sure that you're checking into the group and not avoiding it just because you're not on your A game. That's super, super, super important. And as always, if something happens, if you've got something really hard going on in your life and you just really need to kind of check out for a little bit, or just need to, make a change for a little while, communicate with your coach so that they know that nothing happened in the group and that it's just a personal thing that is going on with you. We understand. We are here for you. We are always going to encourage you. We have your back, but we need you to communicate with us so that we know what's going on, because we are helping a lot of people. We have a lot of groups outside of here. We have a lot of things, a lot of moving parts, and we want to give you our very best. We don't want things to fall through the cracks. So do your part and communicate with us. I think I've covered everything on how the group works and how to find information in the group. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. If you feel overwhelmed, it's kind of normal, because if you're doing something new, you have to get used to it. Beachbody On Demand, you got to get used to navigating that. The Beachbody website, you got to get used to navigating that. So that's why you have a coach. Your coach is there to guide you. Your coach is there to help you. So utilize your coach, utilize the group, get everything out of this that you have access to, because that's why you invested in it, so that you could have all the tools you need to be successful. So I am going to end the call. If you have questions, please comment below this post and tag your coach or myself to make sure so that we can make sure we're answering your questions. And if you're a person who's in here, thinking about joining us, please reach out and ask us any questions that are holding you back, whether it's financial reasons, whether it's, you feel shy, whether it's you just feel like you don't know how you're going to fit all this into your life. We are here to show you and help you take all that guesswork out and do all that. I've helped people come up with a financial plan to buy their challenge bags, all the way to helping people schedule in their workouts. So that's why we're here. We are passionate about you changing your lives just like we did and just like we are. And we don't want anybody to feel that because they can't seem to figure out how to do this, that they just have to say no. Just ask. We are here to help you, and we will never pressure you to do anything until you are ready to do it. And when you are, you're going to have the best encouragement, support, and love that you've probably ever had. So thank you for watching the call, and pray that my son has a great game today and that they come out with a W, because it would be really awesome to watch him do that for the first time. So I love you guys very much. Happy Saturday, and I will wait to see the comments later when I get back from the game. Talk to you soon.